Hello everyone, welcome to my video. I'm going to show you guys how I make a chimichurri. This is something I put on steak, chicken, pretty much anything. I absolutely love this recipe. I found it a while ago. I tweaked it a bunch over the time, and I found something that works for me, and I'll show you right now. Essentially, you see at the bottom of the screen all of the ingredients that are being used in this video. You'll also see all of the ingredients there. Essentially what you see me doing is kind of picking out how much parsley I'm using. I had two types of parsley, didn't even notice I grabbed it from the grocery store, but whatever, I used them both. And then I also included cilantro. I'm essentially just kind of patting everything dry because I don't like everything wet on the cutting board. It makes it a lot harder to work with. I like to cut off the little leaves from each little branch and not use as much stem as I can use or avoid using. That way I just get all the leaves in there. You'll see that I do this for all of the herbs that I have here. And essentially this is going to probably be the longest part because I like to take my time with it. This whole thing takes about 15 to 20 minutes, just depending on how fast you cut. I am in no way a professional cook or chef or anything of that nature, but I will go ahead and say that this thing is amazing if you do it right. So once it's all dried and patted and chopped up, I go ahead and chop it up here and get it into small little pieces, kind of like what you would find in one of those dry seasoning bottles. And once it's all there, I throw it in the bowl. I chop up everything else and get that all in the bowl there. And you'll see me in a second here go ahead and start to add everything together. Once I have everything chopped up, dried, ready to go in the bowl, I will go ahead and mix it all together dry. I don't add any olive oil or lime or anything like that just yet, and you'll see why in a second. And once I do that, it just mixes a lot better. I go ahead and add about a tablespoon of oregano. I also add a tablespoon of garlic powder, and then I also have fresh garlic there as well. And I add some salt and some pepper. Most of these things are to taste. You don't want to be too crazy with it. Just kind of put in as much as you like of each of those flavors of the ingredients. The only thing that you do have to pay attention to when making this, I would say, is the ratio of olive oil to lime. You don't want it too runny, you don't want it too liquidy. You want to go ahead and make sure that you're doing about a 2-to-1 ratio. So for however much olive oil that you're putting into this, make sure you're doing about half of that for the lime. The olive oil kind of gets everything nice and thick and sticky together, and then the lime will actually kind of loosen everything up, make it a little more liquidy, and it also changes the flavor quite a bit. So you don't want to add too much lime to the olive oil. I also use fresh lime, getting all that juice in there makes it taste amazing. And then guys, at the end of the day, you're just gonna have to taste it along the way and see what it needs more of. But the one thing you don't want to mess with, I've done this for the past year or two, is you don't want to mess with the ratio of the olive oil and the lime. That is very, very important. Everything else you can kind of just wing it essentially. That's why you don't see me doing any measurements for anything else. Once it's all mixed together, certain dishes you can go ahead and add it before you cook. If you're gonna bake something like chicken, you can go ahead and throw it on and throw it in the oven, it's just fine. If you're gonna put anything on the grill, like I do, have a picture here of a steak coming up, you don't want to put that on before you put it on the grill because the olive oil will make it burn and it doesn't taste good whatsoever. So you don't want to do that, but it is amazing to put on the steak afterwards. And my girlfriend loves this. She puts it on her rice and everything, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope it comes out amazing for you. Happy New Year, and thanks for watching my video.